So now, Ned, my friend, how are you today?
I'm very well, Dr. Mallow, but I wonder if I can ask you something.
Of course. You know that you can ask me anything you please.
I think it's wrong that you still call me Ned.
We have talked of this before. I am very happy to call you what pleases you. Have you perhaps another name for me, a remembered name?
Ned wrinkled his brow at this.
Well, sometimes I think I might be Ashley. You would like me to call you Ashley?
I don't think so. It isn't quite right. I'm sure that I do remember an Ashley, and that I think of him as someone like me. I associate the name Ashley with pretending to be something you aren't, but it's all a little confused. I don't think Ashley is me. I was hoping you might think up a name. My real name may come back to me soon, but in the meantime anything you give me is better than Ned. The name Ned is beginning to annoy me.
Very well. I shall call you... Dr. Mallow looked around the room as if expecting to light upon an object that would offer a connection to a suitable name. I shall call you Thomas, he said, after gazing for a while at a picture on the wall behind Ned. How is Thomas? An English name, I think, for you are an English young man. This we know.
Thomas. Ned repeated the name with pleasure. Thomas, he said again, with the delight of a child unwrapping a present. Thomas is very good, Doctor. Thank you. I like that very much.
So we shall call you Thomas, said Dr. Mallow. But I need to believe that you understand the name. It is an escape from Ned, a symbol, we shall say, of a new beginning. It is important that you are realistic with this name and do not imagine that Thomas has a past into which you may retreat. It is a name we have conjured up together here for convenience and to mark your progress. Nothing more.
Absolutely.
So now, Thomas, my young friend, how have you been?
I think I've been well, said Ned. I've been very happy lately. The sound of the new name in his ears was wonderful. It released a feeling to be hoarded and treasured in his room later. Hello there, Thomas. Thomas, good to see you. Oh, look, there's Thomas. Good old Thomas.
And at last, said Dr. Mallow, looking at a tall sheaf of paper in front of him, the trace of a smile on his lips, I am beginning to be able to read your writing without great effort.
It is better, isn't it? Ned agreed enthusiastically. I find I can shape the letters so much more easily now.
And more slowly, I hope, with less excitement.
Completely.
You are growing quite a beard now. Does it bother you?
Well, Ned's hand went to his face. It has taken some getting used to. It itches, and it must look very odd, I suppose.
No, why should it look odd? A beard is a most natural thing.
Well,
you would like to see yourself in your beard?
May I? May I really? Ned's legs started to jog up and down on the balls of his feet.
I do not see why not.
Dr. Mallow opened a drawer in his desk and brought out a small hand mirror, which he passed across to Ned, who took it and held it on his jiggling knees, face turned away.
You are afraid to look?
I'm not sure.
Set your heels to the floor and take some deep breaths. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3.
Ned's knees stopped their jogging, and he moved his head. He lifted the mirror from his lap, swallowed twice, and slowly opened his eyes.
What do you think?
Ned was looking at a face that he did not know. The face stared back at him in equal surprise and horror. It was a gaunt face, a face of hard cheekbones and deep-set eyes. The straw-coloured hair on its head was long, hanging lankly over the ears. The beard hair seemed coarser and tinged with a suggestion of red. Ned put a hand to his own face and saw a bony hand rubbing the beard line of the face in the mirror and pulling at its moustache.
You like this face?
Ned tried to avoid meeting the eyes in the mirror. They were resentful and coldly blue. They seemed to dislike him.
"Who is he?" Ned cried. "Who is this man? I don't know him."
The face in the mirror had tears streaking its beard. It licked its cracked lips. Its mouth pursed in disgust at the face of Thomas looking in.
"That is enough. Give me the mirror now."
"Who is he? He hates me. Who is he? Who is he? That isn't me. Is it Thomas? It isn't Ned. Who is it?" Dr. Mallow pressed a buzzer on the underside of his desk and sighed. Foolish of him to have tried such an experiment. A distasteful display, yet fascinating also. Such pitiable distress, such complete dislocation of subject. Mallow's student dissertation on the work of Piaget came back to him. If he was still a man of academic energy, there could be a paper in this. But Mallow's days of professional ambition were behind him. He watched Rolfe come into the room, wrestle the mirror away, and snap bracelets on the boy's wrists with the methodical efficiency that never deserted him. "Calm yourself, Thomas. You see now, I hope, that there is still a long way for you to go. We will allow you a period of calm for a while. No more writing for the time being, just peaceful reflection. Chlorpromazine," he added to Rolfe. 75 milligrams, I think. Ned's eyes were fixed on the hand mirror, which lay face down on the desk. He was not aware of Rolfe pulling up his sleeve. His mind was filled only with the desire to see that haggard face once more, and to tear its malevolent eyes from their sockets.